Hi, I'm Dr Claire Maguire, and this week I want to talk around the topic of surrender. And it's a strange word in many ways. It has many connotations, some of which we don't like, as it can kind of imply that we're giving up or that we're giving up power to somebody else. And when we so often enjoy control and control of our lives and making decisions, giving up that control and so surrendering can feel weak. So what do I mean, and why would I want to talk about surrender? Well, it is a fairly esoteric term, and this is very much my interpretation. You might interpret it differently, and that's okay. So to me, I do have a hard time with the whole concept of surrender. I do like to be in charge of things and in charge of my own life and thinking that I can direct it. And so the thought of letting go can be really scary. And perhaps if you're a very driven person, the whole concept of letting go could be scary too. Yet, if I was to look at it in the spiritual concept, the idea of letting go and surrendering is to surrender either your desires to a benevolent universe, and that you surrender so that it can be delivered. We just hand it over and let the universe work its magic, so to say, so that we can get what we are asking for. That we trust that, our call will be answered. We can also surrender our fears. So I talked about fear the other week. And again, we can just let go. We can really surrender the concept of why are we holding on to certain fear, and how is that really helping us? And to me, this is really important, because if we're to progress on a spiritual level, we can't hold on to fear. Fear very much does hold us back. It keeps us small, it closes up our heart, so to say. It prevents compassion, not only for ourselves, but compassion for others and others that may well be suffering. So surrendering in this context has a much wider benevolence, again to use that word, I like that word this week. It has a much kinder connotation, because we're surrendering so we can have the greater good come to us and for us. In a very practical sense, what does it really look like? It's like so much of this sort of esoteric spiritual kind of talk, it doesn't perhaps mean much. Oh, so I'm letting go, I'm surrendering my desires and my fears to the universe. Well, what does that really mean? I would put it in a very practical context, that when we are consumed by a fear or an anxiety, we are not really being very present. Again, if we're even consumed by a desire, something that is good, we're kind of not really present either. So, asking ourselves, how can we become present? What's round about us? What can we see? What can we smell? What can we hear, for example, can actually start to bring us into this present moment. It means that we've let go. We've just let go of the fear, of the anxiety, and even of the desire. Yeah? You could be more practical. You could write things down, and you could burn them or chop them up or bury them into the ground. We could do something very practical and just say, this is what I want, this is what I want to release, I'm letting go, and I am surrendering all to the universe and to the greater good. Now, I would really like to hear your thoughts upon it, and maybe have a conversation around, what does surrender really mean to you, and what does it bring up to you when you actually do hear that word? Okay then, so I'd like you to ponder on this for the coming week, and I will see you next week. Bye.